I like the hair, George.
Hello, everyone! Welcome to Ready City Crit. I'm your Dungeon Master Hard, and joining these my usual sprinkle of players. Today we've got a fun little session with nothing bad going to happen. Let's start it off with the character with the most to lose, and then we'll work our way down to our least to lose character.
I'll start first.
We're going towards your home planet.
I could potentially lose my entire family, so we'll start there. Hi, I'm Anthony. I play BEROS for the Sato Rogue Fighter, and we'll pass it on to the next.
We all know he's going to completely turn this on its head. Whoever goes last is going to lose everything.
I'll go next. I feel like Atlas has, you know, a pretty loving family to lose. And now a whole bunch of friends who are her family to lose as well, on top of that. So, you know, hi, I'm George. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid, and I'll pass it on to whoever else wants to go.
I think
the Will's going last, right? We all know this.
Oh, yeah.
I think. Hi,
yeah.
I'm Mary. I play Asher Ismar Cleric, and she's got her newfound family and her actual family to lose, so which somehow overlaps. So yeah.
I'll bounce off the back of that. Hi, I'm Ryan. I play Cyrus Revenmore, the part of Astra's family that she's afraid to lose, and I guess she's a part of the family that he's afraid to lose, but also the friends along the way. And Beros' cousins were kind of cool, so, you know, be sad if they all died horribly.
That would be a shame.
And Will, I'm playing Volgir, the Durgar Ranger, who has nothing to lose because he can't even remember his own mother, apparently. Or I can't, I should say.
Well, if BEROS
You
dies,
just
you've
didn't
no
really
longer got ball gear.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, and all the money.
Yeah, if Beros dies, you just have
Or did we-
all gear, which isn't as cool.
Or did we siphon that? I'm assuming we've siphoned it to a proper... That is the point. Beros dies, flies off the side. Volgir's following him, going, "My shit!"
If Beros dies, Volgir dies. Volgir forever!
I'm just imagining now that, like, Beros and Volgir died. It's like this big tragic moment. And it's like, damn, they had all of our money.
Or just get you to Bulgir Trust and Co. and we just sign up as the trustees. It's all good.
Volgir
You-
Memorial Service.
You'd see Beros fly out, Volgir fly out a second later, and the Dragon just following along, flapping along, just like, well, if he goes, I disappear, so.
He wants to remind us what happened last time.
Carnival bullshit.
Yeah.
Those goddamn clowns.
The frogs.
Frogs.
The frogs.
Went to a carnival, had fun, had our fortunes told, blah, 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 blah. I know,
Frogs
Juno,
that
it was
resist every
dramatic.
good level spell.
Went and saw the big show. Atlas disappointed them by not getting eaten. A bunch of people got turned into frogs. We were going to leave, and then we were like, hey, what about those frogs, though? There was a little bit of inter-party discourse about whether we cared about the frogs or not, but ultimately we decided we cared about the frogs at least a little bit. We burned a bunch of spells, found out we could have just punched them, helped some people, decided to just, like, free a monstrosity onto the carnival to clear up the clowns, and also accidentally some patrons. Oops. Saved all the ones we could, dropped them off at school. Onwards.
Can I sit up? You stop barking.
You made her self-conscious about it.
Yeah, you have flown. We kind of jumped a few days ahead, and you have flown towards school, and we are now literally just as you guys are kind of coming over towards Kenmore here. I believe we left school behind, or did we go to school first?
Oh,
we skipped.
No, we skipped school.
Yeah, so
We
you
didn't
skipped,
stay.
and you've travelled all the way more or less straight to Kenmore, to the Carius Nebula, and you have now seen the strange form that Serpana referred to as the rest of herself. It's this huge, big, like Tev like thing, but not like any you've ever seen before. Multiple wings, a large glowing green glow from a central eye point, and several long tendrils kind of reaching down towards the planet's surface.
Gonna need a bigger ship.
Yeah, this thing is like probably bigger than like cruiser. Like it's larger than a like a dreadnought kind of ship.
I'm just gonna double check. I'm assuming we've long rested somewhere in those days.
Yes, you would have had a chance to long rest.
No,
during
we
this.
haven't slept since.
I am not going into battle without any third, second, or first.
You haven't
levels.
slept a single wink of sleep because there's an owlin on the ship who keeps trying to sleep with you, and you cannot
Oh, yeah,
afford
true.
to be caught
Oh.
unawares.
I can't even remember what I did to avoid that last time. Oh yeah, no books.
No
No
books.
in the room.
No books.
Yeah,
And you stuck Cyrus in between the two of you, and
Yeah.
Sunshine as well.
That was when we were walking. I'm just stopping her popping into the room.
yeah, Jessa of the Fifth Tongue,
Uh,
who you've kind of just like brought along.
Yeah.
yeah.
Could let her off
Atlas
at
picks up
any
strays.
planet, but
Nope.
Jessa's here.
Atlas keeps the strays.
I thought she
might
might
be
be useful.
Yeah, I mean, she can be useful.
We can
We'll just
throw a
her
book
the
at an
enemy
elephant and then just get her in there.
Cannon fodder! Distraction!
Yes, exactly. I like this.
Look, the last stray I brought along was useful. Well, the last stray I brought along was kobolds, which, The stray before that, very useful.
Fizz is kind of useful. He fixes things.
Dorf is also here.
Yeah, but he's not one of my strays. He's just also there.
Yeah, also present. But yeah, you guys have finally seen this thing. You are still, several like probably a mile or two out. It'll take you a little longer to get there. What is the plan?
You know what's annoying? I went back into Twitch to fucking write down lore shit that I didn't manage to write down, and like my library episode is gone. It's not there.
It's on YouTube.
Oh, have you moved it now?
Twitch doesn't save VODs anyway. It saves like a small amount of VODs now, but it doesn't save anywhere near as many as it used to.
Lovely.
So does that mean you still don't know what the Atlas, BEROS, Cyrus, Dragon, Bow, Alaris
Well, I have like
protocols
some
are?
of them. There are just some words missing that I'm hoping to fill in. Because I think
I'm gonna
Atlas
mine.
absorbs information better than I do.
I mean, I can help recap if you'd like at all.
Well, I asked you and you were like, you don't know.
No.
I asked you to repeat them. You said no.
Yeah, at the time. This is a recap.
Let me get my notes up before you do that, because I've got some that I need to do.
I don't think we were ever told what Atlas stood for. It's just the bird. That is what the whole of
Yeah.
Atlas means.
Atlas stands for all the lights in the sky are stars. All the lights are stars. Atlas. Her dad told her that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Are we on 101?
Hmm?
Are we on episode 101 or 102?
102.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, clown shit. That was it. That's my notes for
All
last
the
session.
lights are
Literally,
stars.
it's 2 words, clown shit.
So Atlas's job is to go to every planet and every star and give people a kick and be like, "Hey, the squids are coming! The squids are coming! The squids are coming!"
I mean, none of you are really quite sure what Atlas's purpose was. Was it to
Yeah,
gather
I guess-
shards? Was it
Savarna
to
was just
get
like,
you
keep
together?
doing what you're doing, buddy. And Atlas was like, chaos, got it.
Gather the 4 other idiots. I need them for my plan.
Gather some shards, gather the people? Maybe.
Atlas's only reason for existing is just to be in that fucking tavern at the same time as everyone else and just smush them together. It's like, you didn't have to come along on the adventure. We gave you like the messenger role where you just do one thing and then leave. And she's like, nope, I'm coming.
I can't wait until you guys find some way to like go back in time and do a do-over moment and we just get Atlas like, we're getting the band back together.
I was like, no, fuck off.
Literally already did. We're getting the band back together as Terran, so I
Yeah.
might as well do it on every single character.
But yeah, the
I love
BEROS
that. I love
protocol.
Terran, like getting everyone together via like cryptic messages, and everyone's like, "Why didn't you just like come see us?" It's like, this is so much more fun, honestly.
The BEROS protocol is
Hang on.
The banish.
Fucking pen.
Look, I'm repeating it. What do you want from me? You had all this time when I said I was going to repeat it to get yourself ready.
Yeah, well, my fucking desk is full of chaos. Do you have a pen?
Yeah, I've got loads. What kind of pen would you like? Then you're going to get a pink Sharpie.
I don't want the pink. I want a pen that you can write.
I have a Sharpie. That pot is entirely of Sharpies, the other one. I have a lot of Sharpies, okay? Okay, George has left the room. So there should be some of the pot. Yeah.
We can fill her in when she gets back.
I'm ready to take notes. I can always read.
I know. I'm just keeping them informed.
Everybody knows what their own name stands for. Then we know.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
The BEROS protocol is the banishment of Eldritch Reformation, Overlay, and Salvation. The steps of it were breach, erasure, reconstruction, obliteration, subjugation.
Oh god, there's 2 for each. I forgot about that.
Okay. The Cyrus protocol is the containment yield for rifted unnatural spheres. I don't believe you got the phases for Cyrus. I think you just got
the phases for
you just got the
anyone else.
title. The Drake Bow protocol was
God.
the directive reclamation and kinetic engagement of the base Omphalos weave. That was a fun one to write.
It's a fun one to. I lose you after reclamation every single time.
It is directive reclamation and kinetic engagement of the base Omphalos weave. And then finally, there is the Alaris protocol, which is the emergency light attenuation and radiant inhibition system.
I'm still trying to
I'll be
find the
honest,
clip
mate.
on YouTube so I can just play it over and over and over.
When you do that, let me know.
Okay.
All I've got is for BEROS breach, erasure, reboot, obliteration, subjugation, and I'm like, fuck it, that's what it is. Reboot the god.
Emergency light attenuation radiant. What was the A?
For the
I lost that
Alaris
as well.
protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My notes. Inhibition system. So emergency light attenuation and radiant inhibition system.
Whenever I watch back bits of this, I always just make myself laugh with my own reactions. Like, you describe the, like, eyeless bitch with the, like, weeping eye holes, and I just go, horrifying. Like, just so done with this.
She was, in fact, horrifying.
She was. But yeah, you guys are currently looking at a big old ship. Big old Tev. What do you want to do?
What do we do?
BEROS, you had the thing. Do you know what we're meant to do? Do we know about the
Well,
thing?
I have my notes sporadically, and I also rewrote the biscuit recipe over them. So you know.
Do we need to have BEROS? BEROS, roll me an intelligence check. If you were proficient in history, I'll let you have your proficiency bonus.
It's not. Probably.
Intelligence. I'm not in.
A
I'm
good
just
BEROS
running
isn't
the-
remembering.
18.
18's pretty good. As BEROS is like standing there, like looking down his little scrollings of notes, he like closes his eyes and his mind wanders back, and you remember this like vision dream thing that you had.
Reach. A raise.
Yeah, you remember Sarpana explaining to you the steps of the BEROS protocol. The first step is to breach. You need to bypass my cognitive hazard defenses, which will attempt to erase the minds of anyone who enters the vessel uninvited. You'll need to navigate the psionic security fields and disable the soulward spires, which are big obelisks that suppress independent thought. Then, once inside the ship's core network, the erasure is targeting the illicit influence overlays. This is what rewrites the Fey minds into illicit thralls. By purging these systems, the process of assimilation will be halted, preventing any further conversion. Then, with the assimilation process frozen, the next step is to restoring the lost Fey minds. This requires using the Echo Pools. They are biomechanical chambers that store lingering fragments of Fey consciousness. If the process is completed, they should regain their former selves, though some may not be savable. Then, obliteration. To prevent the illicit restarting the process, you need to activate the anti-psionic countermeasures, which will flood the vessel with chaotic wild magic. This will disrupt the Mind Flayer's neural networks and sever it from the illicit hive mind, preventing any further control commands. Finally, subjugation. Seizure of the vessel itself permanently. If you can complete the protocol fully, my central mind should then be free to be control as willed by itself. We'll see what happens then, and then your mind.
I will relay as much of that as I can. A lot of big words. Very dyslexic.
Yep.
So we get in and we seize control of the mind control so that we don't get mind controlled. We destroy the spires, which will prevent further mind control. We can't we just blow her up?
Reconstruct.
We
the
can't
thing so it
blow
doesn't
her
do
up.
the
We
thing?
need her.
Try and blow her up.
And then obliterate and subjugate.
Look, we just gotta get
To
through.
know on how we.
Look, it's fine,
Sorry.
okay? We've got through mine, we'll get through BEROS's, and then we just gotta get through the rest of us and everything works.
What do you mean the rest of us?
The rest of the plan.
Mhm.
What?
I'm not smart enough to insight that. I know I'm not.
You can insight it if you want.
I'm gonna
She's
try.
wise, but she's not that charismatic.
Astro.
Do I make a deception check?
That's a solid 16.
Are you
play
trying to
it
lie,
cool.
Atlas?
Well, I did lie when I said that the rest of the plan.
Okay, then.
23.
Okay, Astra
That is-
knows.
That makes sense.
Okay, I'm gonna go for that as
Worded it
well.
weirdly though.
No, that plan. No, something.
What?
There's a rest to the plan. That means there's more to it.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to defeat the slot and everything. There's more to this than this, isn't there?
Yeah, but you said
Lying
for
on
the
my
others,
lies.
what's
How many insight to deception checks do I have to make to get out of this?
Well, the checks we made, Astra knows you're hiding something, and
Okay.
it's up to Astra. It's up to you to convince Astra.
Look, what I'm saying is, let's just face this one first, and then work out what we're doing after it.
Yeah, but then this one sounds like there's multiple things.
Yes, because we're planning on saving the universe, are we not?
Yeah,
It doesn't
for the most
end
part,
when we
we've
save
made this up as we
Saparna.
Go along, haven't we? Kind of.
Are you saying there's other steps
That's what.
in the plan that Saparna's told you? Because you've got her in your head. Well, helmet, backpack, thing. Has she told you other plans? Or is it just, I'll give you the next update when you get this one done?
I mean, like, I know vague shit, but, like, nothing helpful right now. Things
Okay,
only
let's
start
focus
to
on
make sense when they make sense, you know?
I hate those kind of things.
This isn't gonna.
Lie.
Lie, 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 lie.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Astra's head's going off like a pinball machine. It's just like, ah.
Bing, 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 bing.
I love how my two big characters so far have been incredible at lying, but doesn't lie that often, and not incredible at lying, and every third thing that comes out of her mouth is not true.
I feel like me, Volga, and Cyrus are just looking at each other going, why are they arguing so much? Huh?
Yeah, like it makes sense.
I feel like it's just one of those moments of like, I know that she knows that I know that she knows that I know.
And Volgir, Beros, and
just like,
Cyrus are just standing there going, who knows what? We don't know anything.
What is there to know?
they're just sat there, tall and tan and young and lovely.
Okay, so first step is get on board and hack her.
Sounds like it.
Well, we have things that can hack things. Volgir's pretty good at hacking things, so would that work?
I'm intrigued on how do we get into the place that wipes your memory if you access the ship uninvited?
What if we use the EMP?
What if we somehow get invited?
No. I like that idea.
Uninvited's the key word.
Saparna,
right?
could you invite us to land in you?
That sounded.
Stop hitting on her, gee.
I'm just, I don't know, there she is, and here she is, and they're two different people, and we're gonna have to enter her to fix
Can
her.
you stop saying that?
I'm just saying, there she is, and we need to get inside.
I'm just gonna let Cyrus continue digging this hole for a little longer. What is it you want again, Cyrus?
We're getting inside Saparna the Tev. She is a Tev. Brain Tev thing.
Right. Unfortunately, I can't.
Get up all in there.
I can't grant us approval as I'm not connected. If I was, my mind would be probably, illicit controlled. I could try to restore that connection, but I don't know what will happen if I do.
No, let's not lose you to the bigger you just yet. That's like, I was just brainstorming. No pun intended.
I mean, we could get caught.
Yeah.
On purpose?
I don't know how to.
Yes, on purpose.
What if they try and put things in our eyes?
No.
Hey, Cyrus, don't worry. Back on my home planet, whenever we were attacking a Tabaxi warlord's camp, my father had a great idea. Basically, they fucked us up real bad, and they killed a lot of people of our tribe. So we made a giant wooden cat, and then what we did was we all climbed inside the wooden cat, and then we gave it to the Tabaxis as a gift, and then they set it on fire because they didn't want the gift. A lot of people died. It was quite a bad idea in hindsight. But the few of us that survived, we were so enraged by the loss for our brothers and sisters who were, going to try to stealthily in the night slit the throats of our enemy, that we just, didn't care anymore, and we just rushed them. And, to be honest, they were also drunk on wine from celebrating. It was kind of a massacre, but it worked. So what I'm saying is we give Saparna a giant wooden cat with some of us in it and let her kill some of us, and then we'll be so enraged that this mind-wiping thing won't work on us because we'll be so angry that we won't be able to be controlled or forget.
I know who to volunteer for the camp.
Plan, but
You like that plan?
I like the plan,
Okay.
but we don't have the materials to make a giant cat.
minute,
So why don't we just use the rage of the people, we're losing people on Lush currently. Just use the rage of that and let's just fucking storm into Saparna's face.
I'm going to
let's
step
not see
forward and
us.
just say something that isn't really a plan, but I feel like is important we all agree on right now. There's been a certain level of we found out last time we faced the Illithids that whether or not they can control you is somewhat related to how strong you are mentally. And based on that information, Sunshine stays on the ship.
Whoa.
I should probably stay on the ship too.
Yeah, I had a hard time dealing with the Illithid as well. But I'm not stupid, but they
I mean, we could do what we did with the prisoner ship when we went to rescue Atlas's parents. We go in on an invisible shuttle, and then once we're inside, maybe then we can act like prisoners.
Oh,
Worth a try.
idea. Is the AI still in? Is the this music AI still in the?
yeah,
Trickster.
is still in the shuttle.
Could he make us look like a Illithid ship?
Possibly, we haven't tested.
Yeah.
I thought he could only do internal shit.
He might be able to project.
Can project
externally.
into the ship.
Oh,
I've got my notes say into ship.
wasn't this ship Illithid?
It was human
Sure.
Illithid
Yeah.
overtaken, but we ripped all the Illithid stuff out of it.
There was no like Illithid
gooey.
consoles or anything. It was all still the hardware is
a lot
the
of
same. You
zombies
just
and
cleaned out
shit.
you just cleaned out the people who were using it.
So, can I just circle back to the wooden cat idea? I quite like that for the fact
What
of
if we-
there's a
what if-
certain bird that
No,
maybe can go in there.
Okay.
No, with the
What if there
Atlas,
are like
you-
smaller?
Atlas, you have the hat, right? It can disguise you.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going.
You want to
Beros.
make her look like a little Illithid?
Well, like a normal Illithid.
I believe the hat of the
We've seen
skies that
Illithid.
you've received is only
Only does lizards.
for lizard folk.
Okay. What about they're on Lush at the minute, right? Which means that there's bound to be, if Saparna Teb is there, then they would have had a smaller.
You see at this point while you're all like standing. Are you standing in the cockpit having this discussion, or are you like in the
Probably.
cat?
Probably.
Okay. While you're like looking ahead like this thing, you see one of these like long tentacles at the bottom, like begins like arrive its way down, like you're watching like some kind of like snake like slither its way through water, and then it's like it like goes down on the one of the asteroids, where like some of the big green pockets of like areas of them are, and you see like it's like and like rooted, and you see now like there are these big like tentacles that are like going like embedding, but they're mechanical. They're not like that like strange like organic thing that the other Illithid ships like this. These appear to be all purely mechanical.
I mean, we could always just ask.
Can we be let on? Take us to your leader.
Worked last time. I got to speak to them for at least a little bit. This Lig Cal critter.
You want to try and ask her like Cal again?
I mean, if you do that, then maybe me and Volger could sneak our way off and try to initiate the protocol while you keep them distracted.
Worth a shot, right?
I'm good at distractions.
So
I mean, I'm not the most persuasive or deceptive individual, but I am good at calling bullshit and trying to speak to the manager.
Why did you look at Astra when you said deceptive? Were you lying to my girlfriend?
Yeah, I told her you weren't a bitch.
Not a lie. Well, might be a lie.
Anyway, so why not just put our cards on the table? I mean, hell, these things are basically entirely logic-based. If I put forward a logical argument, they might just, I don't know, let us do it. Not that Saparna thing, but like, they might be on board with us helping kill the slot, if nothing else. They basically just view us as like shitty little ants anyway.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they also view us as like fuel for their army. Not as us, but as their army.
Yeah, they'll probably think we could achieve a lot more if we're, squidified, but...
My plan was to go to the planet and see if there's any smaller Illithid ships and steal one.
Yeah, that could work too.
I think a more direct approach would work. I think what Atlas is saying is correct. It is within their interest to at least let us on the ship and take us to Likal, especially if you call them by name. And while everyone's being taken, maybe we could slip away. Me and Volgir try and initiate the protocol. By the time that you've done your talking, we could probably have done what we need to do, or at least caused enough chaos that you could slip away.
Enhance ability on someone, help give them a boost. I don't know who to be better going with.
I lied. I'm actually pretty good at lying.
Well, I'm
you
pretty
right
sure
now?
Volgir and BEROS can stealth the shuttle with the arcane glass.
So we're splitting into the unbreakable prison teams again, are we?
It seems like it.
No.
Hey, it worked really well on the Infalos.
And hey, if we're lucky, a well-meaning illithid on the ship decided to keep a chimera, and a different well-meaning illithid decided to bring a devil skull along, and it'll create chaos, and we can just escape again.
I don't have the skull anymore.
No,
That would've
I'm
been
hoping
useful.
that there's illithid versions of us already who are just keeping a chimera and a skull on their ship.
I don't like that.
But they're probably keeping them on very opposite ends of the ship for good reason.
Oh,
I do like.
Are you saying Illithid us
Because we
plans better than
always
we do?
break the golden rule. We always break the golden rule of do not split the
Always.
party.
oh,
It's like we don't want to be a party of 5. We want to be 2 smaller parties.
although
Look,
maybe
at the
I
end
should
of the
go-
day, if you gotta be in multiple places at once, you gotta split the party.
I feel like Harry's now going through his plan for the session. Go right. That's team 1. That's team 2. That's team 1. That's team 2. That's team 1. That's
No,
team two.
Harry's going through and just like taking away 6 enemies from each encounter. Like, can't kill them. It's fine.
I don't do that.
I know.
That when something is
know.
planned and written, it's written. It happens. If you go into somewhere which has an enemy and fight and kind of for fucking the whole group, you die. That's what happened. So it nearly happened to the Atlas at one time.
That one
Should I-
time?
At least.
And oddly enough, the only person who has truly properly died. It's the one who makes stupid decisions anyway.
Should have been me, to be fair.
I died as well. Oh, Asher
You did die.
You did
I
die.
suffered my lumps.
You're the only one who's died, I think.
died.
I
Yeah.
should have died like 6 times by now, realistically. She just keeps getting away with
Yeah.
shit.
Like the fucking Terran curse.
Harry literally went on this rant a few days ago where he was like, it's so unfair, because, like, Atlas should have died, like, 7 times. Like, there's no reason you should have survived any of it.
It's true.
And we all know George will push her luck until it breaks.
Maybe.
I feel like now
Should I-
I've set it up as a character trait that she's reckless, you know? Like,
Yeah.
but hey, as far as Atlas is concerned now, not that any of you know about it, we've moved on to the BEROS phase. Her life is now completely pointless.
That she knows of.
Told her that, so.
She's like, my phase, done.
Right, let me just put complete at the end of that.
So, plan in place. We are splitting the party.
Again.
Would it perhaps be helpful if I presented you with a very basic deck plan that I was able to get from a quick scan?
Yes, that would be very helpful.
This is a bit rudimentary, forgive me. It doesn't take into account things like the third dimension, but at least accounts for a rough 2D plan of roughly where you need to go. It seems like that central eyepiece is actually some kind of central gravity well column. It seems to allow you to go up and down. A lot of these levels are actually on different levels, so you may need to do some exploring to find them. But they are large enough that they dominate more or less the entire section of the ship that they're involved with, but the access points may be at different heights. And Serpana shows you a little image, little layout of what the ship potentially is might look like.
Trapped beast altar. Oh, that sounds like a chimera, where a chimera might be.
Right there. That's where the well-meaning chimera is kept. So where's the devil skull?
No, that would probably be the bounded creature, because it's bound to the
The
skull.
creature vaults.
For the beast mind engine.
Oh yeah. Infusion chamber.
Well, I'm thinking the command core is probably where would the mind control device be?
I would
Beast
like to go to
minded.
the trapped beast altar, unrelated to anything.
You've now also pointed out to me that I can't spell Sapana. Apparently, when I'm
Yeah, me neither.
Saparna.
I'm
No,
putting the E in the whole
it is.
time.
I've spelled it correctly. I was just double checking.
no, I did SIP. No,
Siparna.
SIP. Yeah.
I've always called her.
I think
I've always called her
SEP.
Saparna. I guess
It's
with my
Saparna.
accent.
I got it.
I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, there's a star somewhere called Polis, and every time you say it, my brain just thinks of you saying police.
Bolus.
Polus.
The fucking bolus.
Okay, so
Maybe we should just go to the moon that's floating above her head.
Going to steal the moon.
It does appear that that is a access point you could come in via. The very top of the Tev.
Just as one final option, can we just third plan altogether? No one will like it, but just throwing it out there as an option. We turn around and leave.
I already floated
throwing
that
that
plan and
plan out
nobody went for it, and now we've gone halfway across the galaxy with no take-backsies at this point.
It was worth.
You could have gone for it when I was suggesting it. You could have been on my side. It's too late now.
I'm pretty sure your plan involved stopping at like 30 places though on top.
Yeah, to help people. People we liked.
What's the plan?
Split.
you and Atlas and potentially me speak to the manager and BEROS and Volgear hack things.
And if
I'm just
it
wondering,
follows
are
a
you
president anyway.
Are you better going with BEROS and Volgear in case they need like help while trying to?
I was thinking that in case they get injured along the way and then we physically can't do anything.
I can do some
Because our
healing.
plan kind of hinges on your success.
Yeah, sure.
I'm happy wherever, just
Also, I don't think Sunshine staying on the ship will be an option. If we're going as prisoners, they're gonna take everybody.
I mean, I suppose some of us could even stay. We could take the shuttle and stay just out here, and if shit hits the fan, you need a rescue party. We could always come give it our best shot.
Or if shit hits the fan and we die, you can at least get away.
Or you could take the shuttle and we could keep the Chimera.
Yeah, maybe we should all be in the shuttle. Maybe we should just all go together and fuck it. Let's just
okay.
safety in numbers.
It
You know.
might be like a mental check. We push the other Saparna out. No offense, Saparna.
I think that Saparna's bigger than our Saparna. Look at the size of the tabs. That Saparna's huge. This Saparna's in a chimera.
I know, but so it might just be a mental thing. Which, well, I'm not good at. But altogether,
Saparna, is the mind control immediate? Or will we have to, like, fight it off? Or will it just be like, oh, you're on my ship, bam, you're mine now, haha.
It was a
The-
battle between the Star Elf and me, Saparna, but since then it's been small shards and they were pretty chill. But that's not a small shard, so I'm thinking it might be a fight.
The one thing.
But also
will
part of the plan is
say-
subjugate, which is to get that Saparna on our side. So actually connecting the Saparnas, if they're already on our side, might be pretty easy. Just like loop them together.
Yeah. Just one other thing, if we're working our groups, if we do get really, really stuck, I can cast invisibility, but I can only do it on 2 people at a time. Just bear that in mind.
Well, we might need you to do it on the ship first of all. The shuttle.
I can do it on the
gets
ship.
in.
Yes, but I mean, from that point onwards, I can only do it on 2 people at a time.
Okay. Well,
So if we're
standing
in a
around
group-
here discussing it isn't going to help. Captain, what's the plan?
Right, if we're all going, then we'll drive the ship in. Me and Volgir will make ourselves scarce for when we land, because then we can sneak off immediately. One of you will present yourself as a captain, say that you're here to speak to Lig Cal, say that you've got information on... I don't know, like... Slad. Then when we land, me and Volgir will make ourselves scarce. We'll make our way to the bounded creature vaults. I think that's where we're going to start. It's where I believe we'll start the breach and the erasion. It's where more than likely the echo pools will be, as well as the people in them.
The shuttle, then, I guess.
Okay, you guys head to the shuttle.
I don't know, everybody's very quiet and I'm nervous. I'm like, is this not the plan? Do we... Or,
No.
This is the plan. We just are all so nervous about it.
I'm reading my notes. Or whatever notes I've fucking taken.
Please, give me some details. I need a better plan.
Okay. So are you taking the shuttle, and where are you intending? You're intending to go to the top and just fly straight in?
Are there any other access points, or is the moon the main access point?
The easiest access point that Serpana could see was the moon at the top. Looks like there's also an access point at that central eye, potentially, or the tentacles that are going down to the surface of Lush currently also seem to have some kind of connection. The rest of the ship, unfortunately, is quite solid. Looks like gods don't need windows.
I vote moon.
Center eye would put us in the center of the ship, which means it would be easier to get to wherever.
I'm assuming the beast mind thing is where the hive mind is, so.
So what's the plan?
Get in the shuttle.
And go where?
Yeah, I'm asking where are you heading?
Is there any way to message them first?
Not tried to heal. You can
I
if you
mean-
want. Right now, I don't believe that they know we're here. We're far enough away.
Can we hail from the shuttle?
You should be able to.
Well, then let's get in the shuttle and at least move closer to them. 'Cause I don't want to hail from the ship and they know the ship's here.
That's a good idea.
Let's go. Ready, Captain?
As ready as we'll ever be.
Who are you taking with you, if any of your allies?
I think all of us.
No, not all of us. We need people to stay on the ship.
No. I mean all of us.
Yeah, all 5 of you guys. Are you taking any NPCs?
We gotta take our engineer because
We're going to take Durov.
he's the only one who might be able to reprogram
Reverse
Saparna.
engineer.
Okay, so Durov's coming with. I feel like it's been a long
Wait,
time
just
since it's been
have to-
taken out of the fucking closet.
Hey, we took you to the carnival.
I know, but that kind of felt like a fun thing. Well, it wasn't in the end, but it felt initially like it was going to be.
Well, this won't
This
be
isn't
fun
gonna
at
be a
any
fun
point,
thing,
so...
buddy.
Hey, you never know. This might turn out to be a fucking carnival.
This is gonna be a lot more disgusting than the carnival. Just putting it out there.
I'll be honest. Who else should take him with you?
Well, Deez needs to stay on the Chimera if they want to mount a rescue, because Sunshine can't fly.
We've also said Sunshine's going nowhere near that.
I like
ship.
the idea of, like, it's like, okay, so who else is coming? Just scanning, like, fucking, like, Kobold, Sunshine, Jessa. It's like, Days stays
feel
with
like-
all of you guys, because I'm more scared of you coming and leaving you here alone.
I feel like Sunshine's probably in the middle going, ooh, pick me, pick me.
Days, this is your crew, and Days is like, ah.
Well, Days looks at them. She was like, "Okay, Phase Engineering, Jessa, Navigator, because you know we already have one of those and they were fine. Sunshine, guns. I can do guns. Hey, just press and hold, buddy.
For us to
It's
get
a solid B
and then
team.
A ship just turns around and leaves. We go out in the shuttle and the ship just flies away.
They just immediately jump. It's just. Oh.
No, it's like as we're getting in the shuttle, Days just runs on, grabs Astra, runs off, and then like shoves the shuttle to go. It's like, well, that's not a good sign.
You just hear, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." The ship just like leaves screen.
Okay, let's go team.
Yay.
Okay. So you start heading out towards the Serpana in the shuttle. Taking the. Are you taking or leaving your star mark, Alice?
Might need it.
I'll take it.
We're gonna take star mark with Serpana in it.
Because let's face it, like, if we get to a point where they have the star mark, we're already fucked anyway. Like,
What are the chances that they won't know what it is?
well, considering that they created the gods and everything the gods created, pretty low. But I
Your
did draw
sarcasm
some
is
little
not
stars
helpful.
on the side, so maybe that'll throw them.
Oh, no, wait, this one's got decals on it. It's not ours.
And that's not ours. I don't know where you got that.
Okay. So you guys start traveling towards in the shuttle. Are you how far away from the Chimera do you want to get before you start healing? You're probably about like a mile out, so like you gotta.
I
go
feel
up
like
the
we want to get a certain level away from the Chimera, but we also kind of want to like get like along from the Chimera a bit, if that makes sense.
Sure. Like kind of like circle a little bit.
Yeah, so it's not just like right behind us and we're like, don't ignore, don't look at that. It's nothing to do with us. I don't know what that. Just leave that alone.
They've left like the fucking headlights on full beam. Like
Yeah, can we send a message to the Chimera actually to tell them to like go dark, like power down? So
I
they
feel like we
look
could have just
debris
told them
or
that before we left.
yeah, you tell
Yeah,
them
well,
before you
then
go.
just retcon,
Like,
we'll tell them to
They're
do that
on
before we
stealth
go.
mode unless we're like, hey, we're dying and everything is bad.
Yep. They turn off all the lights, put the engine on like an idle state.
Okay, let's get like, you know, do you say we were like a mile out?
Bit a mile out. Yeah.
Let's get like half a mile,
Sure.
kind of go along a little bit, you know, avoid the Chimera, and then I guess I'm going to hail because our boys are on stealth mode. You guys have to like lay down in the back with a blanket over you.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I
They're
could
also
also do
cuddling.
pass. But they could just scan us. There's nobody doing pass without a trace. They could just scan and go, there are 8 entities on that ship.
They might not think about that. Maybe they're busy.
6 entities versus...
There are 8 entities
thousands.
on that ship. No,
there's-
we're just very fat.
There's 7, 8 if you count the squirrel. Right? Because you've only taken Durl with you, and if you've got a Dragon, so that's 7 with you 5, and the scroll is 8. Is there?
I will dispel a Dragon.
Yeah.
I now have a replacement person.
BEROS.
No, as in they will
BEROS.
scan the ship, be like, there's that many people, and then when we arrive,
Yeah, I just
Um,
that's one person. Need another one now. You can't summon a Drake, can you, or something?
Atlas can.
I can actually.
You can cast 5 familiar as her wild shape.
I can summon a familiar if I want to, but I don't.
Just blame it on the squirrel. It's fine.
Anyway, shit, which one's the hail button? I never do this.
Yep, you eventually find the heal button and you broadcast out. Doesn't take long for your heal to be answered. There is no image feedback. You see is receiving voice.
This is Captain Moreau requesting to come aboard.
Request denied, Captain Moreau. You're in a very small vessel to be this deep out in the expanse. I highly recommend, unless you want to get involved in what's going on here, you turn and leave.
We travel light. We're here to talk to Lig Cal.
The Cal is not present at the moment.
Well, then we're here to talk to whoever Lig Cal talks to.
Then you would be talking to them.
Then let us on board and we can talk face to face.
If you wish to board, you may simply go down to the planet's surface and we will absorb you momentarily.
Tell them we have information on the slad.
We have information about the slad.
Make me a persuasion check, probably is correct here. You do have some
This is where
information.
the one time you cannot lie.
It can be a deception check. I'm way better at that.
I mean, like, you do have... I mean, you have information in the slot, but whether or not you think it's useful information to them is another question.
I mean, I feel like they probably already know what we know, but...
Then, if you're trying to make it out that you know something they don't, then it's a deception check. If you don't believe the information you generally have is useful.
17.
17. Okay. That will be a 44. Unfortunately, this information is incorrect. You are currently trying to falsify this.
44?
You're currently being inside by a god.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Saparna is a god, guys. Well, god
I didn't know we were
adjacent.
talking to Saparna.
Okay,
I thought we
fine.
were talking to the captain of Saparna.
Okay,
Who do you think is the captain of the giant ship powered by a big fucking brain, buddy?
okay, fine.
No,
I mean,
wasn't either.
we technically have information on the slot, but it's not overly helpful towards you. But, okay, you're not gonna believe me, but you, this is your plan. You made this plan, like, last time or the time before, or about 3,000 years ago. You made a plan, and this is the plan currently happening. And if you don't let us on board, it's not gonna happen. And maybe 3,000 of first time is a charm, but this is the furthest we've got so far.
Then if it is the furthest you've got so far, continue doing what you're doing, and the heal terminates.
Full speed ahead until
Fuck
the
it, let's
eye.
land. Let's just go.
I
I don't think she'll stop us.
mean, if you had said there was a piece of Saparna, she might have just gone, "Hey, get over here."
Yeah, but
Very,
we
very
ordered her to know that just yet.
I think she'll find out very.
Probably.
I mean, I'm aware there's a giant piece of
already
Saparna
knows.
next to us, guys. I think she knows.
It's your little piece. You can just sneak in.
That's why she doesn't want us anywhere near.
Our scanners could detect smaller pieces than I could, and I think this ship's got a pretty big scanner on it.
Let's just land, honestly. I mean, if there's no one to talk to but Saparna, let's just land and hope for the best.
Fuck it.
There's no point having a plan anyway. It falls apart in 5 seconds flat. Full speed ahead. Oh wait, I'm the captain. Full speed ahead.
You
Barrow's
Fly
looking
up.
back like, I'm the real captain.
You fly up to the top of the ship, kind of going around the green eye. You pass these huge, big wings reaching out from the side of this thing. And, like, the scale is monumental. It's like the size of a moon. Like, this thing. It's massive. Like, the amount of people that could fit on here, if it is, like, you know, laid out like how the Omphalos was, say, would be monumental. Maybe more than what the Omphalos can hold. And you fly up towards the top. You see this little small moon symbolizing some kind of big opening at the top. You want to fly it in there?
Yep, let's do it.
Sure.
Okay. I will need a piloting check as you try to effectively go in this small little access hole.
I guess that'll be me, because Beros and Volgi are under a blanket.
Everyone's a pilot it.
So what is a piloting check?
This will be dexterity plus your proficiency bonus if you're proficient with space vehicles.
I have the helper app, so it would be half proficiency.
After proficiency, yeah.
That is an 18.
An 18. Cyrus, you like time it, you kind of coast up, spot the hole, like pull up a little bit, twirl back around, and like plunge the thing down into your vertical descent. As you do that, Saparna says like, "Don't stop." Very monotonously.
Larry's just gonna speed up just a little bit.
And now we've gone full circle to the shovel. As you entering inside Serpana is an experience. Don't clip that. There are walls of twilight and lush, like leaf nature effects all over. We completely lost Ryan.
He's not paying attention at all.
There are beautiful leaf motifs all over the walls, the
at least
twinkling of
it
stars.
wasn't we enter Saparna and then it's like usual illithid shit where everything's pink and sticky. That would just be, you know, kind of exactly what you expected.
Yeah. Well, when you enter a god, it's not what you expect, okay? Has he got it?
Good.
He's got it. But yeah, so you see beautiful, like, twilight-covered walls, all made of this, like, shimmering, almost, it is clearly metallic of some kind. However, you can't see any joints or seams. It looks like everything aboard this ship was, like, it's as if it was metal forged or smelted perfectly as to how it was supposed to be. Immediately to your front right, you see a large snow-covered area, pine trees kind of littered all along it. It is beautiful, and it's snowing, actually snowing there. To your left, you see another beautiful chamber. Again, and these are they both kind of seem to be as tall as the whole ship. You're kind of coming in like smack bang in the middle of these at their height. The snowy grotto on the right-hand side is a lot like lower profile. Nothing currently comes as high, but the snowy air still takes up a lot of space. But to the left, you see this green, lush forested area, and there's this huge tree that like grows high above the rest of the actual trees itself. This grand, almost like big oak-looking tree. And right at the top of it, you see there's this big glowing, like, green glow kind of, like, flickering through the actual branches itself. Looks like there's some kind of giant, like, mini sun in there, like a green mini sun at the very, very top. Looking at the other place, the actual snow grotto, you can see that there are these large, tall, like, big... like obsidian spires every now and again that kind of just tower over the actual like little pine trees themselves, and you kind of like get this like look at it. There's also dead ahead of you this large central column which kind of goes up and down, and it's a solid wall beyond that, so there's no other access to this level to where you currently are of these two other areas. As you all are subjected to entering this space, you kind of immediately feel like your brain starts to get a little bit itchy. I would like everyone to make me an intelligence saving throw. I'll make one for Durlv.
Well, that's not great.
Is this magic?
This is a magical effect,
I will
yes.
take that. Oh, I think that's the first nat 20 I've had in about.
So, as you coast the ship in, BEROS and Volgir, you feel your itchy brain, but shake off whatever the strange effect is. Everyone else, forget your name, why you're here, and what you were doing.
Oh
I
no,
am
it's going to
going
be
to
this all over
use
again.
Guarded Mind, which is from the spell Fighter Feat. I can't remember what it is called, but once per short or long rest, if you feel a Wisdom, Intelligence, or Charisma saving throw, you can cause yourself to succeed instead.
Nice. Okay, so it's actually also still remember where you're going and what you were doing.
Thank you.
So, sorry, so what do we forget our name,
You forget your
why we're
name,
here,
why you're here, and what you're doing.
but we still know who we are beyond like the name thing.
You
don't
know that
completely
you are an
forget
island
ourselves.
from Squall and you have a family, but you don't know who they are. Like it's like you're.
Do I know who these people are?
These are like people who you've been with for some time, and you're doing something, but you can't remember what it was. It's like the first stage of your brain beginning to forget. So you've just lost your like basically your core tenets. Your who, what, and where. You still know roughly when it is.
This
And know
place is
why it's going on.
beautiful.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Okay. What? We're in a giant brain. We're gonna fix the brain
Why are we fixing the brain?
because the brain is broken.
It
Why is
doesn't
the
look
brain
like a
broken?
giant brain
Because-
in here, Cyrus.
It looks pretty.
No, it was designed to be.
Forget Cyrus.
Oh yeah, I don't know his name.
No, it's.
It's
Oh,
it's part of the first stage. We need to breach the cognohazard. I don't know the word.
You remember.
The obsidian towers. The obsidian towers. We need to head there, and whatever there is there, we need to switch it off. This
Oh,
will
that
help
was by the
That's-
trees.
by the snowy, the snowy tundra.
Looking over barrels, you can see that there are 3 of these tall obsidian spires.
We need to head there. Whatever's there, if we turn it off, I think we'll be able to restore Atlas and Astra.
Brilliant.
Atlas
Cyrus
will nudge
turn
Astra and be like,
tunnel.
"These guys are stressing out."
I mean, I don't really know what's going on
how's,
here, but I guess is there something for me to fix, probably? I could
I
probably
don't know
fix
what they're
something.
talking about. To be honest, there's just a lot of words.
Volgir, tell me you remember things.
I'm busy. Like, Volga probably pops his head out and he's got like a red handprint on his thing from just face palming so much. Yes.
You see
I
a little
remember.
squirrel like poke out of
I'm just
Astra's
having
hair, like
flashbacks.
looking around, like.
Oh, would Astra remember Pip?
You
or
remember
something?
you had like a little squirrel friend, yeah. You don't know his name or like how long you've had him.
It's like, oh, squirrel, hello.
Cyrus, you stay here. Make sure that they don't wander off. Like the
Yeah,
last thing we
okay.
need to do is like have these
Repeat
guys
the
wander
history.
off. In here, this place is too big. They'll get lost.
You have a
Me
rat
and
in your
Volgir
hair.
We'll head to the snow grotto and we'll
Thank you. I like
deal with
that.
the obsidian towers.
Okay, do you want to take over flying? You're better at flying than I am.
Sure.
Probably be quicker if you do it.
I will take over and just land in. Can I land in the snow grotto?
Yeah, you can. You can fly there. The ship is big enough that you can pretty much fly easily to most of these areas. It is a large enough space. You've like coast over. Volgir, there's something about this, like the solid interior, like not being able to see like anything exterior, but still artificial weather and things like that. Kind of reminds you a lot of home. Stone also would have a artificial weather system underneath the Earth's crust a little bit as well. It's not all bleak and horrible under the ground. They do try to make it as pleasant as possible, recreate what they used to have. So definitely a little strange similarities. Similar technology.
Are you
I
still
am
planning on
home.
taking Derv with you?
I mean, right now, Derv is pretty much useless.
But he remembers that he has to fix something. He just doesn't know why or when or.
No, I think I need to fix something. Well, I can't really see how it's broken.
Right, maybe,
fine.
maybe
Anything
if
is
we just point
broken.
him in the
It's
right-
lovely here.
Maybe if we point him in the direction,
Do you need
He
me
can
up here
fix
so
it.
You get hit a lot.
Just sit down in that seat. There you go. Just stay there.
Okay. He
I
does
have an
look-
idea. He's gonna whisper in Barrels. I have an idea. Trickster is still in the shuttle. I could tell him to not let them out, just to let us back in. That way, he can babysit them, and I'm at your disposal.
Do you trust it enough that it won't just let us let them go to fuck with us?
What's Trickster and I? He's like in the
He's in the shuttle. He's just in the. He's
I
in
think
the
he has-
holographic thing.
I don't think you actually locked him out. Did you? You lock him back?
I'm not sure if I did. I mean, he's out of certain things. He's not in
Yeah,
communication.
the only thing we
or...
gave him, was gravity, lighting, and hologram. Those are the only three that we didn't. We didn't test navigation, weapons, or engines.
Does that include doors?
Oh,
Yeah, he can control the
Yeah.
doors.
I would assume no. Well, I'm assuming because the three we tested were there, so we didn't test doors. So we would have to give him control of doors as a test. Now.
There is no time for fucking test right now, Cyrus. You're going to have to sit there. This is only one stage.
Okay.
We've got plenty more to do.
Be quick.
And also like to clarify, your friends, like you know that they know that they are your friends. They know that they're trying to help you do something.
And we're not idiots.
Yeah.
We
They just don't know
really
what's going
remember
on.
what's
They're
going on.
effectively under like a similar effect to like feeble mind, where it's like, these are my friends and I should help them with whatever they're doing.
But I don't.
But I don't know what we're doing or why we're doing it. It's like, so it's not quite. It's not like intelligence 1. It's probably like intelligence like 7.
You won't need healing out there.
No, we're good at the minute. If we need healing, we'll ask for it. Okay.
But we're meant to be doing something, and I.
We are doing something. Just hold your horses. Okay, I think we could still take them with us. We just have to be very direct with what we tell them to do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Right, let's go.
Land.
Cool. You begin to see that these 3 pillars are beginning to every now and again, like beginning to maybe vibrate or glow. There's something about them that kind of draws your eye. Something like is unnatural about them. Looks like they are recharging, or you're not quite sure, but it looks like there's definitely a time period here before another one of these pulses that happened is likely going to happen again.
Oh, lovely.
Whatever it is, we gotta do it fast because I don't think I'll
Yeah, so
recover
we gotta
from
go
the
break
next
that.
pulse.
We need to go get it done quickly.
We have to breach them.
Yes.
I
Let's do it.
believe it means like hacking them or literal physical breaching.
I have my tools kit.
I would assume physical breaching.
Right, let's head
Get to the first one and see what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking for a place to land. Maybe a piloting check. This is a dense pine forest. But these obsidian pillars are like sticking out over the top of. You're trying to find like a suitable clearing or somewhere good to put the shuttle down.
That'll be 19.
On 19, you finally find somewhere that's just big enough, and you like it's probably more or less smack bang in the middle of the 3. So you have a little short walk to each one, or you can land very, very close to the first one. What would you rather?
First one, I think. It's distance traveled.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Well,
land
that's
right
what
next to the first one. Near enough, you find like a bit where like a few trees have like kind of grown apart naturally, and you manage to like just gently get the shuttle down, a little gentle twist to the left at the end, settle it in. You open the like actual hatch itself, and you see the base of this spire. It's this like probably 10-15 foot across at its base, just impacted into the snow. It is like solid, like black obsidian, like glass texture, like all the way up. And you see kind of like standing in the stone, there is like a figure. They like are like standing two-dimensionally. They almost like to be like carved, and they have like one arm like up like this, one arm down like that, and they're like standing like completely like almost like ancient Egypt like hieroglyphic kind of style, like just embedded on the stone, and they appear to be embedded like around it, like the whole way, like all the way up.
Are they doing anything in particular, or do they depict anything?
Do you want to start walking around and having a look? Sure. You do a
Please,
little lap.
please.
Doesn't take you very long. It seems like this individual is like running. You see, like they are like the movement looks like they're like running or sprinting or something like that.
Do you have to run around it?
I mean, that's kind of what it looks like they're doing. Fuck it, Cyrus will just go for a lap following this.
Okay. You do one lap. What's your base speed?
40 feet.
Okay. You've it's about 50 foot around. You can probably do it in like just over 2 turns, like running the loop of this thing. What is the as you run around it, BEROS, you would see that as Cyrus goes, these things begin to like boom, 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 boom. He wasn't quite fast enough.
Right. Let me try.
All right.
Cool.
It's a dash.
Will. Yeah. So I will. 35 feet, then dash, bonus action, and dash. Main action.
Oh, I
What's your
ordered a
top movement
Domino's.
speed if you do that? If you dash, bonus action dash.
35, 70, 105.
Did any?
Yes, you're
That's
faster
fine.
than I am.
Mine's 80.
Get it.
Okay. So yes, you run around it. Boom, 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 boom. BEROS, please make me a. If you could make me an. This is going to be athletics check, please. To perform this feat of athletics. I will give you advantage because you went so fast.
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
19.
A 19 will succeed. As soon as you do so, the thing pulses once, and then you just feel like.
Is that it? Did we do it? Is it off?
That seems to be one.
Okay, where's the next one?
Look for the next one. Start.
Get back in the
start
shuttle.
making our way there.
Yep, and be done a piloting check. Try to find somewhere to land close by. You can always default to the central area that you've already found, though. But there will be a bit of a walk.
Okay.
I suppose like a perception check wouldn't help speed that up, or
11, 15.
15. You like look around. The closest area that you can find is probably maybe about a 3-minute walk to the spire itself. It's not right next to it. As you're kind of like flying around looking for somewhere suitable to land. Put it down there.
Would that central location be any closer?
The central location will be closer to the other one. It's probably about 10 minutes from the central location to each one.
Right. We'll just land
Okay.
where I found.
You put it down.
And hope 3 minutes is
Doors
enough.
opened, and start hightailing it towards the spire. You taking everyone with you? Durov included?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. You run for a solid couple of minutes. Eventually, you see the base of this next spire, very similar to the last one. This one, the figures here, they appear to be having a conversation. There's like 2 of them facing each other, and they're like, like you see like gestures and like things like that. Some of them even have like little like lines like in front of their like thing.
I don't know. Maybe. Does it look like an argument or a conversation?
Make an insight check.
Can Astra still make insight despite being?
Yeah, you can make one. You're trying to read the stimuli in front of you. It's not like you need to know what's
Pretty
happening.
good. 19.
Pretty good.
17. That was nearly a nat 20.
Cyrus, you and Astra, maybe you get a little bit quicker than she does, but you both were able to work out what's going on here. It's not a traditional conversation. You realize that these individuals are performing, perhaps? It looks like they're singing to each other, maybe, in some kind of like theatrical sense.
How good is everyone's singing voice?
I mean, I can play the pan flute.
I don't think
Wait, is there
owls
some
were
that
built for
everybody knows?
singing.
I don't think I can sing.
I can.
They sing.
No.
At
Too many years in the mines have killed my voice.
BEROS, try playing a tune.
Sure. I'll pull out my pan flute and play a song on it.
Sure. Make me a performance check, Barros.
Can you imagine if it was just like, boo, you can't come through, you suck.
17 just succeeds. This one resonates with the beautiful tunes and notes of the pan flute, and then and eventually stops, emitting that strange hum that like kind of makes the air dance on your tongue.
BEROS, you're so good at this.
It's a good tune.
It was literally built for Faye. It's about
Right.
it's speed, it's dancing, singing and dancing, it's entertainment.
I swear to God, if you have to shag something in the next one, I did not me.
So you guys
get
were
the
married.
I volunteer Cyrus's tribute.
Okay. The trip to the last one, you head back towards the shuttle, mount up, take off again. It will be another check to see if you can find a landing zone close by.
$18.
You look and look. The closest landing zone you can find is that central one. This one's in a real deep, thick part of the pine trees. Kind of the reason why you left it to last. There doesn't appear to be anywhere decent to get to this thing apart from kicking someone out at altitude as you fly by. Your options are either to literally drop someone, hot drop, from the tops of the pine trees, which are about 30 foot to their peaks, or it is to land at the the actual central landing zone and then like travel the 10 minutes through the forest to get there.
Oh, you can drop me. I can fly.
I can fly for a minute.
Yeah, but I can fly forever. Well, not forever, but a while.
BEROS, you're pretty good at falling from height, aren't you? Part goat.
Well, I have wings. Why can't I do it?
I think they
Okay,
want us to not all go alone.
Yes. Safety in numbers.
Take a flying buddy. Take one of us. Or take
You
the
think
icky
you're
wings.
strong enough to carry me?
No.
Oh, so you can remember the icky wings.
Yeah.
They're permanently burnt in there. They're the last thing she forgets.
She looks at you and she's just like, yeah, I don't really know that guy, but I know his wings are gross.
I can't remember you. I can't remember you. I can't remember you. Looks at Cyrus. Yee.
We could walk if you're more comfortable with on land stuff.
He looks like a land-based kind of guy.
It is probably around this point that
I can't shield myself again.
Beros, your hollow strap, you begin to receive a message, and you hear Daz's voice as she goes, "You guys all good in there? Have you forgotten who you are? You need help?"
We're all good.
That's an annoying voice.
They sound pretty.
Yes and yes on both accounts.
Can we go? I don't like it in here.
Right, we're going to land and walk.
Okay, you land.
Okay.
Walking time.
You begin walking. Around about halfway on the walk, boom,
What does that mean?
another wave washes out. I need everyone to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that's really not good.
21.
I'm
19. That's
not
the
doing
highest
well.
I'm gonna get.
I am not doing well at all.
I mean, I did better than last time, but I don't think it's gonna help.
Okay,
Right, do I
so
Cyrus, you just
Atlas,
die.
Astra, and BEROS all succeed. Volgir and Cyrus, you forget your names, kind of like what you were doing here, same as the other guys. You have a rough recollection that these people are your friends, and you know, but you just don't know what exactly you're
You're
supposed to be doing
vibing,
here.
just like Atlas and Astra. It's all vibes from here on out.
Yep.
Back to normal now.
I need to roll for Durv.
And what was that sound though? That was weird, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
that
that was
was
a
like-
weird sound. What? Are you squinting at me? Why is she squinting at me?
Oh,
Sorry,
we
what?
failed twice.
He does
Did you
not
just go-
seem to be doing so good.
Buddy.
I think it's the weather. I think let's go to this spire. It'll give us directions home.
Why is it so cold?
Yeah, no, it's just the weather.
I get the feeling I would have hated this for some reason.
Okay, just to clarify, who's all like not stupid and who's all like
BEROS.
only-
BEROS is the only
the-
one left.
BEROS
Yeah.
is like sensible. Everyone else is like the first stage, and all of your NPCs, if you count the fucking squirrel, are like like completely like just like lost themselves.
I feel like the squirrels.
Is the next one drool starts? Yeah.
You got
Right.
you got a fig in your hair.
It's a
So do
rat.
you.
I already told her about it, but she seemed fine with it. You got horns
These
in
are
your
horns.
hair.
Yeah,
It's still a thing.
it's a thing, but it's not a living thing.
Horns
They
are
are
living like the
specific.
rest of you is living.
It's still keratin. It's still
No,
part
but
of...
they don't move.
Yes, they grow.
What if I do
grow.
this? And she reaches out and grabs you by the horns and like,
I imagine that because of your strength modifier, you grab my horse and try to move my head, and Cyrus
Like-
just like stands up, and you're just like, oh.
I feel like a little bit normal Asher kicked is like, so what are we
Iris, you're
doing?
supposed to be helping me here. Look after them, not be joining in.
Yes, exactly. You. I
Helping
will
who?
do that.
helping who look after who? Who needs looking at? Is it this guy?
Helping.
He does
helping
not
him
look so
after
good.
Me or you?
What were we
Who's
meant
had a
to
heavy
do
night?
again?
Atlas will stare close at Durham and just be like, was this guy always this stupid?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think I've spoke to him much.
He's in your part of the shit.
They're all
you
starts like
just
patting you
help
frantically,
me?
Cyrus, and like pointing in his mouth, and then he goes.
He forgot to breathe. He forgot to breathe. That's what the problem was. We solved it, guys. We solved it. Let's
What-
go home.
What were we doing? We were doing something.
We're here to find directions home. I just need to go and find the big signpost that's over there, the big black one.
Aye, aye,
help?
Captain.
Okay, let's go.
Are we sure we want to listen? No, yeah, we'll go where you're going. That's a good idea.
Yes, it is.
I trust him.
And I'll just start walking
Yep.
towards the tower, regardless if I'm being followed at this
Grand.
point.
Another 5
They'll
minutes
follow.
passes, and you see the tower, like that little hum shimmering on its surface. As you approach, and you see this time the figures around the tower. You see there is a
Oh god, it's the orgy tower.
no, there is an individual holding a plant pot like at their side. Then the next, as you kind of like do a little lap, the next image you see they are like raising a hand, and in the next image there is a little flower that has appeared in the plant pot.
Do you have to grow something?
Or
No.
plant something.
No,
This is an odd place to get directions home.
Do you have to go to
Atlas, you're a druid, right? You can make things grow.
You can do that?
Probably.
I thought you could
Right.
just fly.
Go over to this, and I will like bat away some of the snow in the hopes to find some kind of like shrubbery.
Deep. Like, you've been wading through it as well for the last, 25 minutes or so. Like, it's like knee-deep snow, so you, give a good kick and a shove, and, eventually clear. You find, dirt under there, but the only, shrubbery and stuff like that that seems to be surviving it here that's tall enough is the actual pine trees themselves.
Okay. I'll kind of bring Atlas down next to me and be like, right, just put your hand over this area and think about something growing.
I don't think that's how druids work, but okay.
I don't think that's how plants work.
You can cast spells, right? You remember that you can cast spells.
I
know
remember I can
plants, there
cast
was a
spells, but
pointy
they don't
one.
make things grow. They normally make things die.
You could cut it open and there would be water inside.
There's
but
pine
if you
trees
grabbed
around
it, it
us.
hurt
If
your
you find a
hand.
pine cone, that will grow eventually. It just might take a minute. Several minutes.
Do you remember any spells that would help?
You can fly. You could get a pine cone.
Oh, I know one. I know one plant I can make, and she will cast Thorn Whip.
Okay. Who are you targeting?
Him.
Okay. A vine-like whip covered in thorns lashes out from her and slashes towards you, Beros. Make me a melee spell attack.
Oh yeah, we'll look at.
In fact, Atlas doesn't have Druidcraft.
We wanted you
don't.
to look after now. 'cause
I also
that's
rolled a
not
2 on
very
my
normal.
spell attacks.
You miss.
She kind
Ta-da!
of did what the
Plant.
little people in the picture did. She held a plant and then she waved her hand, but she hit him instead of the ground.
I can only hit people. I can't hit the ground. Well, I mean, I hit the ground there because I missed, but
Well, that's not a very useful plant.
Technically, Thorn Whip, it lashes out from you. It has a range of 30 feet. Yeah, so it does come from your body. It's not like you can push it somewhere else and have a shootout from the wall or something.
Like a spike.
I think it used to be able to be you could plant it somewhere.
Right.
I don't know
Going
what
to
you
go
want
find
from
a
me. I can do druid things. I can talk to an animal. I can bring you back to life if you die, but I don't really
You can
grow
bring
shit.
people back to life, but you can't grow a plant.
Well, you can't do either of those things.
I never needed to do either of those things.
I can kill a
You're
plant.
kinda
I got
fat.
blight.
You're kind of fairy though, can't you melt the snow? Maybe that'll help things.
But I'm going to go find the pine cone, and I will go and find a pine cone.
Sure. You go climb up a tree. Don't take you long. If you find a little pine cone, bring it back down. You dig a hole, bury it.
Yeah.
Sure. Barris, while you're doing this, it doesn't seem to work. You wait, nothing magically grows here. You do think that if you gave it a go, you might be able to override this thing magically with an Arcana check. You maybe try to override it in some way and just maybe shut it down in a different manner.
Atlas will kneel down and start whispering to the pine cone that it should grow in druidic.
Okay, nothing happens. But Barros, you do know that if something doesn't quite go to plan with this manual activation, there's a risk that something might happen.
Okay, cool.
I think you need water.
12.
You can't just talk to the plant.
You go up to
water.
it, you start looking for a panel or anything to work with. You can't find anything. Eventually you start using your hollow strap and just effectively trying output any kind of signal in the hope to find something relative data trail or system that you might be able to hack into or something similar. However, you are unsuccessful. But as you're trying to do this and feeling, suddenly the spire hums again loud, and then you hear a crunching sound. And as you look, one of the constructs of the plant pot has turned 90 degrees out and then steps forward and comes out of the pillar itself, as do the other two. And 3 of the psionic wardens now stand looking at you all, and we are going to enter initiative. But while we do that,
One's holding a plant pot, one's just like open palm,
Yep.
and the other what?
so they're all holding plant pots. One is holding it with both hands, one is holding it with a hand in the air, and the other one's holding a plant pot with like a full thing and like a hand on its chest. And they keep that. The top half doesn't change, but the legs move as they step out. But as we prepare for this combat, we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back. And we're back. Alrighty, so top of the turn order, Beros, you are the only one cognitively functioning, as if by design.
Yay.
And there are these three, like, strange, psionic wardens. They, like, made this obsidian glass, like, have just materialized, like, come to life, effectively. Wielding plant pots with varying stages of growth. What would you like to do?
Cool. I'll just shout out, if these guys get hostile, kill them. And I will ready an action that if any of them take hostile actions against me or allies, I will fire. I'll fire my blaster rifle.
Sure.
At them.
Alrighty. Volgear, anything you would like to do?
Follow Baros's lead then.
Okay, ready in action.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Cyrus. Strange things are coming to life, and they're not like crazy big. They're like medium-sized creatures. They're not like fucking huge, big, like the Iron Golem and stuff you fought before. They're like the size of people.
Cyrus will just like draw his sword and be like, "Would you mind turning off the thing? He kind of wants it turned off."
My friend says the air conditioning is too high.
Okay, Atlas.
That's it.
Atlas will ready to thorn whip one of these guys, but she's not doing anything until they do anything.
Okay. Astra.
Astra will take out the trident, I think she has now. But I was like, could we borrow one of those plant pots? We need to grow something.
We're growing a pine cone. Look.
No hostile action taken by anyone. On their turn, these things are going to move towards an individual each. Lift up their plant pot and swing. So I'll roll to see who they go for. Not D6s. Better. So one of them goes up towards Beros, one towards Cyrus, and one towards Volgear. As they kind of like lift up their like these like big plant pots they have. Sorry, pine cones. Jesus Christ. These big plant pots that they have. One of them is going to. They like kind of form like a little like triangle on the front of you, and the centermost one, the one who approached probably Beros, he was the first forward. You watch as they like hold the pot forward, and this like purple pulse radiates out from them. I need everyone put me an intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh, because those have been going so great so far.
Yep.
No.
Beros succeeds. I'll roll for Derv. Derv feels.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I should have stayed stupid and just kept my saving through for later.
Volgear, you succeed. So Volgear and Beryl should take half damage. Everyone else should take 21 points of psychic damage. And if you were concentrating on a spell, you are now no longer. It automatically breaks concentration.
Is that 10 then?
10, yeah. The other two, one towards Cyrus and one towards Volgear, are going to swing with their psionically charged plant pot, which is going to be a 6. So Cyrus, Volgear. A 21 on Cyrus and a 11 on Volgear.
Hey.
It's
Cyrus, you were going to take a... Ooh. That is 7 points of psychic damage and an additional 11 points of slashing damage. Just in case that makes any difference to you, but I don't think it does. You're not raging yet. That will so end the hostile actions of the enemies, triggering all of the readied actions prior. We'll go in initiative order. So Beros, what do you want to do?
Blast him
Cool. Get blasting.
with 27.
27. Yep, you take aim, fire, impact one of them square on the one who's like maybe come towards you.
Yeah.
Roll your damage.
12.
Nice.
Can I put sneak attack because it's
You were far
ready
enough forward
action?
from the rest of your group. I'd say you could be like in swashbuckling kind of like range. So yeah, I think you'd get your swashbuckler effect here. Like you'd gone up alone to look at this thing. So
11. So 23.
nice. Volgear, anything you were doing on that ready action? You like said you were
Yeah.
mimicking him.
Arrow. Yeah, but I'm assuming the guy in front of me.
He has
is too
moved
close.
into melee, so it will be a disadvantage,
So
but you
I'll
can
move.
just do the shot. It's a ready action, so you just fire basically.
Yeah.
So you've already spent
Or
your
could
movement.
Could I use to hit the one that was in front of Beros?
Because someone is like actively engaging you in melee. That's what's, but it's like knocking your shot and stuff because you have to keep dodging. So you can't take the second you need to actually get a fucking good aim in. You've more just like pop shot and hope for the best.
No ways.
Shooting from the hip rather than aimed on sights.
Uh,
I mean that'll definitely hit. That still hits.
Well,
Do you want to hit the one
that's-
Beros
yeah.
hit, or do you want to hit the one that's engaging you in melee?
I'll hit the one in front of me.
Cool. Roll your damage. Nice.
Nice.
Alrighty. Cyrus, anything you would like to do?
I am going to rage.
This is just your readied
You
action
stu-
if you did that. Just
Oh. It would just be a swing then.
Sure. take a swing.
26 to hit.
26. That hits. Roll damage.
I don't know. Oh, single hand, 13.
Very good. Nice. That will end the enemy's turn and all of your rated actions. As the dust settles, you realize that that initial psionic blast was enough to knock Durov unconscious, and he's laying on the floor, just like choking on his own tongue a little bit. Success. BEROS.
Cool. I will throw my blaster rifle to the floor and pull out my short swords.
Go for it.
First swing. 22.
Yep, that'll hit.
So that's 8, and then we'll add sneak attack. Much better. 23, so 31. And then offhand.
With that first strike, this thing, like, bits of obsidian get scattered to the side, and you see it's beginning to, like, struggle to keep its form. You bring the other attack around, definitely hits. Roll damage.
Max damage 13.
Nice. Yeah, you see this thing is really looking pretty hurt and injured now. Like, you think it probably could not survive another round of attacks like that. Would be enough to bring it offline or even break it.
Great. That's me.
Volgear. I think it's still in melee with you. You think that you have this, like, really cool lightning sword.
Yes. True. Yeah, I'll switch to that actually. Because it makes sense.
You like.
But I will use my bonus. Well, I need to use bonus action to swap, don't I?
No, the free action you can basically because a bow, if you're not shooting it, can be held in one hand. You can just draw and like have it out in the other one.
Cool.
So you can be fighting with the bow in one hand, the sword in the other, and then if you needed to, whatever reason, you could drop the bow and then go two-handed, and then go like.
Yeah. So it's a single-handed. So I remember that.
Or you could drop the bow and then double-hand it as a bonus action, because you would need to basically a bonus action to drop the bow and then draw. Or you can just draw, not drop the bow at all.
I'll keep the bow, but before I draw the sword, I will use my bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on the one in front of me.
I'm waiting for the day that Volcano uses this information. Like, I draw my sword and then I notch it into my bow. Like, it just goes like 1 foot, like falls.
I'm waiting for the day Harry goes, I've been counting your arrows. You'll run out of arrows. And so on. There you go. Yeah, and then I'll use the storm sword on that. So
Like a
Our
sheen.
pizzas are here.
Okay, I'll go get some pizza. Whoa.
no worries. I do love the fact you can cast Hunter's Mark without actually losing a spell slot. Though.
I love that the dogs don't bark at like the door sound anymore. They bark at Alexa announcing there's someone at the door, and it's like, why are you alerting us? We already know now.
My dogs don't even bother. Well, the new one does. The other one.
They're just making sure you got the notification.
I think this is yours.
Oh, good.
Oh, I would only looked at the label.
Topsies.
Okay, Volgear, a 16 unfortunately will just miss. AC of 17.
Second attack then.
Go for it. Roll higher.
Roll high.
Roll better, Volgear,
I
God.
did.
Nice, that hits. Roll damage.
So that's that.
Air pressure work.
Plus
And the one hand that did more damage. Look at that. It's like it's meant to be.
+1, so 14.
Nice. You cleave across this thing. And yeah, it does kind of like recoils back a little bit of his plant pot. Slightly injured. Cyrus.
Now I will rage. Stupid plant pot people, and I will swing twice.
Sure. Go for it.
Can I decapitate?
These things technically have heads.
You decapitate a.
Do I still have to roll damage?
Nope. Do you want to for fun?
Now let's question if decapitating a construct even slows it down.
You move up to this thing and like you slice. And as you do so, you don't slice the head clean off. You slice clean through the two outstretched arms holding the plant pot, and the plant pot falls doom, to the ground. And then the rest of the construct just stops moving. The little ends of the arms still like begin like moving on the plot. It becomes very apparent here that the sentience was probably in that plant pot itself. Roll the damage anyway, just for funsies to see how broken it is, but it's not going to be able to do much back to you.
Just makes me think of the mummy with the arms still going.
23 plus my rage, which is 3, plus a d6 for divine strike.
Yep. Nice. Yeah. Despite being severed from the majority of its body, this thing doesn't even look bloodied. However, it can either only walk and or hit. On its turn, it can only move or take an action. So you've effectively reduced it down to like very useless. It is still alive and kicking. Anything else, Cyrus?
What are the one in front of BEROS is destroyed, so I'll run towards the one in front of Volgear and smack it too.
Yeah, the one in front of BEROS is like very badly bloodied, not quite destroyed. The one in front of Volgear is still just about injured.
Yep, I'll smack it too.
Okay, roll the attack.
27.
That hits.
So that is 13 damage.
Plus your rage.
Yeah, 10 plus 3.
Nice. Atlas.
I'm going to shoot a guiding bolt at one of them.
Do it. What one in particular?
One in front of Volger.
I'll hit. Anything else?
No, that's me. Yeah, that's me.
Astra.
Astro look panicked. She'll
So normal.
Astra
Yeah.
will look Astra.
yeah. She'll cast a healing word on Durlv. Think go into muscle memory.
Does anybody need healing?
Yeah, go.
Why did you say that like the
That brings-
fucking...
that's double
trolley
Durv's hit
lady,
points, so
like,
he's
anything
back.
from the trolley, dears?
Well, that's what Astra sounded like when she lost her memory. Does anybody need healing? Just checking.
Anything from the cleric, dears?
12 healing.
Almost double his health.
And then how far is either of them, like, she can get to hitting them?
They are within about, like, probably no more than 15 foot of you, so you can move in the melee of any of them you'd like.
Yeah, she'll probably go up to the one fighting BEROS and try and smack it with
Go for
the
it.
trident.
Albonko.
It's a 19.
I'll hit. Did you get a ready
She has
action
a-
off as well the last time? I didn't know if you did.
No, she didn't have one. She asked them could they borrow the plant pot.
Unfortunately, these things can't hear. Sorry. They lack
Why did
ear
that-
holes.
I don't know why it said 3 rolls, but that was 5. That was weird.
5 plus your bless strikes for a total of 8.
I don't know.
This thing is like barely clinging on to its plant pot. You see it's beginning to like fizzle and crack in places. Yeah, very, very weak. Their turn though. The one that was next to Cyrus has been run away from, so it'll use its action to move towards Cyrus again. Like dunk, 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 dunk. It just gets in melee with you. That's its turn. The other ones, one of them is going to take another swing at either BEROS or Cyrus or Astra. Astra, you just rocked up and stabbed this thing. It immediately is going to retaliate with the last of its strength. Trying to bring this plant pot down towards you. Where the fuck is my dice roller? That is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Righty. You've no resistances to psychic or slashing?
No, she doesn't know.
Then you will take 13 points of slashing / psychic damage.
Okay.
The other one is going to use its sonic pulse and a bit of pulse vroom, over everyone again. I will need intelligence saving throws, please.
I I'm so lucky today.
16, that's decent.
Don't be fucking that 20s.
I'll take 16 as well.
So everyone apart from BEROS and Atlas saves. So everyone takes half 25, which is 12. BEROS and Atlas take 25 points of psychic damage. Derv. Oh my god, he succeeds. He takes half damage. He doesn't instantly die. That's good.
Yay.
He would have instantly died if he didn't succeed that. He has a max hit points of 7. Luckily, Astra heals him to full. He is not a fighting NPC. Sunshine and Days have guns and swords and shit. His and him don't have fucking anything. It's like bringing a mechanic just on a war zone for some reason. Yeah, so he's bleeding out, but he's not dead.
Some people are just people.
He's not a success though. He's holding out. He's sturdy. We'll give him that. BEROS.
Does he get a level if he survives this?
Maybe he will.
Swing, swing. First swing is a 30.
Definitely hits.
11 points of damage.
He looks very injured. Do you want to sneak attack him, or do you want to say that's enough?
Yeah, sneaking out. 15.
You murdered this fucking thing. It just slashes it and just cracks and crumbles to bits on the floor.
Cool. I will bonus action second wind
Nice.
for 4.
Alrighty. Volgear.
Swing, swing, swing.
Shing shing.
Swing. That's much better.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
Plus. Wherever it is. Keep losing it every. Oh, I know it's not the right thing, but sod it. There we go. So 13 damage.
Nice.
Second one.
Go for it.
24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Oh, no. 23 to hit.
Still hits.
Eight.
Nice.
5.
Looks bloodied now.
Does Hunter's Mark is every time you hit, so
Yeah, it's every time I hit, not just.
another D6.
So 12.
Nice. Yeah, look very hurt. Anything else, Volgear?
That's nice. Just double checking. Yeah. I don't think there is. Oh, no. That's fine. That's it.
Cyrus.
Smack the guy in front of Volgear.
Go for it.
27.
That hits. Roll damage.
As we're swinging. Why are we fighting this thing?
Because they're fighting us.
So 22 on that one.
It is dead.
Turn around, smack the other guy who's following me.
Little small plant pot with little arms attached to it.
Don't break the plant pot, we might need that.
That hits.
Yep.
Roll the damage.
Asher doesn't know anyone.
So that is 7 plus 3 is 10. So 10.
Looking bloodied.
Bonus action, Warrior of the Gods to heal some hit points.
Dope. Atlas.
I'm just gonna try and... Is there anything left to stab?
Little plant pot in the ground with arms.
Guess we'll try and stab that.
Sure.
Feels a little silly, but...
You miss.
Even sillier.
Anything else, Atlas?
Nope.
Astra.
Same thing again. Heal Durl and try and stop the plant pot.
Sure thing.
That's 9.
He's back at the full, people.
Nice.
That 16 to hit? What hit? The plant
I don't
pot?
think a 16 hits.
Just
No.
misses, I'm sorry.
Shoot.
Took a big mouthful there.
Just these two arms flailing about on a plant pot. Two girls can't hit it.
Anything else, Astra?
No, that's all she can do. But she probably say to someone's like, okay, I take an arm, somebody else takes an arm, and then we get the plant pot.
What could she do?
I don't know if these are the plant pots we're looking for.
Of course you had to do a Star Wars joke.
But yeah, they are going to retaliate. There is currently a Cyrus in melee, an Atlas in melee, and an Astra.
Spoiled for choice.
Yeah.
Cyrus, Atlas, Astra. So Atlas gonna try to hit you with its stubby arm. A 20, non-natural.
Ow.
You get hit by a plant pot.
And you take 20 points of slashing / psychic damage.
Ow!
Yeah, hurts like a bitch.
I'm not looking so hot, guys. I'm not looking good.
Durov's turn. He lived because there was no sonic blast. He runs up his spanner. I'm gonna swing or hit this thing.
Bonk, bonk.
That's a 19. He hits. He's already statistically better than Daze. And he does 2 points of piercing damage, or bludgeoning damage. He smacks this thing with his little wrench. It's still
Issue to buy
alive.
him better armor and better weapons next time we stop somewhere.
BEROS.
And maybe a couple healing potions.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Somebody get that man a gun.
Felix. He's fixing Felix.
Is it back to me again?
Yep.
Cool. How many of these is left alive?
Just one little plant pot of orange.
Technically, if he was Fix It
yeah.
Felix, it would have gained health.
Gonna charge up to it.
I did a construct actually, so it's very funny. I'm gonna ruin it instead. He doesn't do damage, he repairs things. So yes, he heals it for 2 hit points. Because that is ultimately hilarious.
28 to hit.
Break Ryan and it worked, but I don't think it continued.
12.
12 damage, yep.
and
Sneak attack as well.
Bum, bum, bum. 12, so 24.
Nice, yeah, looking very bloodied.
And then let's backhand this. Oi, 15?
You just like slice the plant in half, but missed the main body of the plant pop. Full gear.
That's me.
Slice and slice of dice.
Nice.
Easiest option. Oh, well, maybe not.
Unfortunately, it misses. Anything else?
That one shouldn't.
That one hits. Roll them all. You could have moved your hunter's mark here, but I suppose you're using your bonus action.
Oh.
This is a new one.
Ah. Okay. Well, Hunter's Mark, I can move because it's only I get 2 attacks anyway for the main attack.
Oh yeah, so you move 100 bucks a bonus action, and then on that,
Yeah.
nice, perfect.
As long as you're happy with it.
Yep, totally fine. This thing was fucking critical as fuck.
13
I mean, it's the last target left. You make sense you'd move the spell to it and then follow up.
Yeah.
Hard to see when you're like theater of the mind style. All right. Very nearly killed Cyrus. Little plant pot of arms still coming at you.
Yeah,
Take it.
try and take. I'll still just swing at it, try and get the stubs more stubbier.
Go for it.
28.
That's enough.
A 16.
You bring this fucking like vorpal sword down in a big cleaving motion and just slice the 2 hands separate from the plant pot, just leaving a little plant pot there.
Yeah.
There you go. I didn't break it. Plant
Out
pot.
of initiative.
Good job. Feel
I
like you
don't
break things
remember
a lot.
what we're doing, but my brain hurts a lot, and I think we should leave.
We need to do something to plant pot, though. I can help you, I think.
Does the tower look like it's been shutting down, or does it look like it's still?
You hear that humming, and it just slowly disappears.
Can we go home now? Did we get the directions?
No. We've got the directions, but you guys need a bath.
I don't want a bath. I want my brain to not be soup.
Atlas gets 26 healing.
You're looking a little better. Still not great. 69.
You're welcome.
That's the rule. You're only allowed to say what your health is out loud if it's 69.
It's true.
Can we take a little nap?
Or 420,
little
but,
nap.
that's too much
Don't
health.
need a nap.
After a minute,
I need a nap.
all of your memories begin to just start coming back to you.
So what now? What are we doing now?
You think I break things a lot?
I hurt like a fucking bitch.
You died a lot.
My head hurts.
Welcome to
Good
combat.
time, buddy.
It hurts so much. Is this what a hangover feels like? My dwarven heritage never let me have one.
Yeah, it's kind of similar, I guess.
So.
Oh man,
we-
there was a quip I would have made about Cyrus, but now it's been like 20 minutes and it's way too late.
Erasure? How we've breached, we've erased reconstruction. Do we make them again?
No, we've breached, and now we have to.
No, we need to move on. Like
Okay.
this area we're done with. We need to find the area in which evasion takes place.
So what, we did the B?
We did
We've
the
done
B.
the B. Moving on to the E.
Okay.
Okay, time for Eros.
No.
Right. Restore lost minds with the echo.
Taylor Swift, the Eros tour.
Eros is like god of love or something, right?
Yep.
It's kind of fitting for the Fae. And BEROS in general.
Should we go to the next location that we saw, which was like that tree? Maybe we have to erase the green orb. Or maybe not, because that might be a power source.
We need to target the overlays. I don't really know kind of much beyond that. Sailwood Spires. Sailwood Spire. I assume the Sailwood Spire is that tree. Let's climb the tree, get up to whatever that big green orb is.
These Soulward spires would be the
that's-
3 obsidian spires you just dealt with.
Right, okay.
You now need to find whatever these overlays are and then purge those systems. This is directly linked to assimilation, so it's probably going to be. I mean, if you want to make a little intelligence check to see if maybe BEROS can work out what's going on, or anyone can if they want to try to use logic here.
Might as well.
Nope.
Unsurprisingly, Cyrus has no idea what the fuck's going on.
Where's BEROS?
Neither does Astra.
Jesus fucking Christ, guys.
I have like a little bit more of a clue what's going on, but still not much.
Just a regular intelligence check, not
Yeah.
Atlas,
doesn't make
you
much
think
difference.
that maybe like remembering back to that little schematic you saw, and it's Volgear as well, but the 13, you think looking back at the little schematic you saw whenever Serpana pulled up like the projection of the rough plan, the infusion chamber, that sounds like the most like likely place for this assimilation to occur. So maybe somewhere near there. Or maybe even the bounded creature vaults. They're right near each other, so they could even be linked, perhaps? You're not sure.
Let's head in that general direction, and if we see anything overlay looking, we'll touch it.
To the shuttle.
Let's go.
Yeah, you head back 10 minutes, wading through snow again to the shuttle.
Those things aren't going to make us stupid again, right? They're like definitely off.
I think so. They went and powered down. Sounded like an off thing.
That's pretty much the most technical thing Cyrus has ever said in his life.
He's our engineer.
And are we still in the sky? Yes.
No.
No, we're on a
Daryl,
ship,
make
Cyrus.
Like an intelligent check about.
But the ship is still working, isn't it?
Daryl can one sure.
Like, you may as well.
Has a +0.
He has the same engineering as me.
He deals with ships and things. I don't know.
He's also like, oh no, his intelligence is +2. He's a 14 intelligence. That's what his wisdom. So he gets 16. I mean, I think that maybe Volgear and Atlas are probably right. I think, you know, either bonded creatures. I mean, sounds like for whatever, based on all the stuff you guys have described to me, it sounds like whatever's happening, these things are being, like, you know, bounded or whatever. I don't know. Infusion, maybe that's just like some of the grow plants. I don't know. We need to maybe see.
Okay, let's go to the big tree, I suppose, and see what's happening.
We'll do a flyby. We'll fly
Okay.
past the big tree, look for infusions.
Yeah, so the big tree, the glowing orb, is that command core. So you could go up to the command core if you wanted. The verdant infusion chamber is actually on the like lower areas of this like forested area. Or if you go into the central column and you ascend to one level, you could head towards the bounded creature vaults or the trap beast altar, or also the beast mine engine if you wanted to go further out.
Maybe we have to override the command, like raise the overlays in it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just.
No, it makes sense. Just,
Get there anyway.
well, we'll head to the verdant
I feel like a
infusion
trapped
chamber.
beast and a bounded creature are like the same thing, basically.
Very different.
Right?
Well, creatures would be more inclusive of like humanoid folks and whatnot, whereas beasts are beasts. Like the chimera was technically a monstrosity, but it was more bestial than we
Also,
would be.
It's an altar. It's.
I'm not saying about the altar and vault thing. Those are different things. But a bound creature and a trapped beast, same vibes.
Okay, so you head towards the verdant infusion chamber. You fly over. You eventually see that, like, as you kind of like do a little bit of searching around, it just takes you some time. I would need a little perception check from someone aboard the shuttle to try to spot where it is you're exactly looking for, because
Oh, I'm so goddamn perceptive.
sure,
I can assist.
prove it.
I rolled a 5. But if I'm being assisted,
Ah,
then
After
I,
this thing, yep.
I rolled a 19 that one for 28. I am perceptive. It just took me a minute.
Atlas is looking out the wrong window, and Ash is like, no, the other side. Is like, oh, and she goes to the other side, is like, there it is, I see it, like immediately.
No, your other left.
Yeah, and you see this like little kind of green glass dome like half dome that's kind of like mounted onto the wall here, and it's probably no higher than the treetops really, so it could very easily be missed. But you see looks like a little bit like twinkling, like flashing, like bursts of like green energy every now and again coming from there. Looks like there is an entrance to it on this side, like in the forest itself.
Onward. Let's see what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Land somewhere nearby. And as you begin moving forward, how are you approaching this? Are you just, walking forward kind of cautiously, trying to be undetected? What's the plan? Are you moving stealthily, normally, or quickly?
How's your spell slots, Volgear?
Well, I can do a pass without the brace.
Okay, you can do it stealthy then.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Wanted attention.
Might as well do.
Just in case there's some nasty surprises.
The Rolf gets a 14.
There will be.
Oh,
God, I am rolling like pure garbage tonight.
I think we
Either
all
really good
roll
or
pure
really bad.
garbage on this.
Either really good or really bad.
That's a
There-
22 for Astro.
I rolled a 5.
I wasted
What's
all
a
my
15?
good rolls fucking about at the carnival, and then I got here and was like, nah.
BEROS? Stealth check?
Okay,
There it is. That's big.
Bringing up the... and then plus 10
Reliable
for everything.
I saw a really cool system where they use the median instead of the actual average, which just makes so much more sense because it accounts for that, like, everyone roll like 2s. So our medium here is going to be I believe the 13 is the median number, median value. So 13 plus 10, the password chase, we had 23. Yes, hello. Not picture the dog. There, picture the dog.
Picture it up.
No. You don't have pizza.
Yeah, you already had my fucking sausage sandwich this morning, you bitch.
She's so sad. You can't say no to her though.
I
Doesn't sound
can,
fierce.
and I will.
Um,
I walked out the room to get my coffee, and when I came back, there was a sausage gone from my sausage sandwich.
That funny.
It was a sauce sandwich at best.
Sausage.
An age sandwich.
Oh, my sauce.
Sauce. Okay. You begin creeping up towards this strange dome. You see the entrance. Jesus Christ, dog. You see the entrance before you as you kind of get a little bit closer. And as you kind of like peer inside through this green glass, you see there's this large, tall, beautiful looking, like sylvan fae like woman. She like has this
Dibs.
Or we kill her again because the last one went so well.
She wears very little. In fact, she looks almost like a humanoid with like green olive skin. Her hair flowing about her shoulders looks like that more of like a mossy brush. And the only thing protecting her modesty is a wraith and wrap of like creeping vines and plants that kind of curl up around her legs, across her body, kind of covering her would-be's. As she kind of like stands there, and you see all around her, lining the walls, are these pods with these solid like green glass covers, and inside them you see a variety of satyrs, bunny folk. You see a couple of elves. You see even a centaur or two as well in these pods, and in this chamber alone, there's easily. You can see about 50 on display, and there's these big, monorail style, like tracks that like kind of like come into the room from like two doors in the wall behind, and you can see on these tracks there's just like pod the whole way around, and they're all full, and they're all like go, and every now and again they move a little bit forward, and they move, and everyone's picked up by like a big swinging arm and locked on, and then they're being moved out of this space into another one.
Something tells me that the pods are a bad thing.
And you see that this very beautiful fae-like woman seems to be overseeing this operation. No one else, no mind flayers, no illithid.
Hot and evil. She's got it all.
She doesn't appear to have noticed you. If anyone would like to, try to get a good look at those pods, you can, but I will require a perception check.
My owl eye see. The 3? Fuck all.
You're looking in the wrong direction again, Atlas.
No, she just keeps drifting back to the, like, Fey woman in the middle. She's like, and now I'm looking at oh no, I'm looking at the lady again.
Your eyes keep
Astra is
wandering.
happily in a relationship.
Yep.
Loyal.
And somewhat asexual.
Only got eyes for the D's.
She's only drawn maybe a little bit to the bunny folk and the other pods for some reason. But as you scan around, like Astra, kind of like looking for, anything in particular standing out, anything maybe helpful, useful, you spot kind of about, and you only spot it on the turn, as like, so if you imagine like the monorail comes down like a big lower U and then winds back on itself, so they're probably like, just on that lower turn, and they've just begun to turn away from you, moving up towards the hollow that will take them back out of this room, into whatever room beyond there is. But you see Elder Gideon, the grandfather satyr from the Darkhoof commune, and as soon as you see one, it's like whenever you spot like something, like a spot the difference, like everything suddenly becomes clear. You also see in the pod just behind him Telon, BEROS' father, and they are both like frozen in like a very distraught looking position. It doesn't look pleasant to see. Luckily, the grandfather has turned away. You couldn't even point him out to BEROS even if you wanted to. You could still point out that Telon is there and BEROS is able to see him, but it's not a pleasant image. It's hard to look at.
I'm sure Cyrus would be near her, potentially.
Maybe?
Probably.
She'd probably nudge Cyrus and point her head towards it.
Can Cyrus like have a look for a console or something? Like if this is a control point or if this is just like an inspection point?
Yeah, kind of like looking a little bit longer. It looks like this individual here, as they're kind of trundling along, it looks like this actual dryad, if that's what she is. The monorail here, it's not quite as technical as you would think. It almost looks like it is a living vine, and she maybe is like controlling it or causing it to pulse in a way that's shifting these things like in time as it is required. She also seems to be controlling the thing, like there's this big like thing moving it on. She seems to be controlling it with some kind of like arcane like nature magic to like add nuance to the location.
What are we doing? Are we moving on? Are we attacking her?
We need to take this bitch out.
Yep. Should send them to the grounded creature vaults, and we need to do it now.
Right? You heard the lady. Reloads my laser rifle, pops up, and just shouts, "Bitch!"
So BEROS kicks the door down, bitch, and as he like the gun like charges up, like that's where like just the credits start rolling, like next week on Ready Steady Crit, like we leave that encounter for next time. Thanks for joining us. Have a lovely evening. Bye.